Was there ever a point, because you were young, like you said, was there ever a point for either of you where you were like, you know what, this is too much, even if it was a fleeting thought, I want to be done?
We've been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But see, we've been there, but we ain't never went there or separated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She may have went downstairs and I may have went upstairs.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
She may go downstairs, I may go upstairs. But at the same situation, what we did and I wish to tell a lot of married people, the Bible said, do not let the sun go down your wrath. It says that for a reason.
Yeah.
We let the sun go down on our wrath a lot.
Yeah, we did. We let
and to the point where when we was walking past each other, her nose looked like a snout and mine did too. Like angry.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't
Pride.
do it in front of the kids.
Pride.
Like that's just some, like I said, this little woman here was raised with a strong woman.
Yeah.
With no dad, just her sisters and her.
Yeah.
So there was no man there.
Yeah.
So her approach towards me was always, her chest was out.
Yeah.
So, as a man, I'm not gonna just, okay, baby, yeah. No, I come back 10 times harder. But I learned not to do that because I realized she just my cotton ball, just my heart, my pillow. Because seriously, I told her, when we doing good, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
But when you're doing bad,
I
don't want to be around.
You love hard and it hurts hard when the love is not good. It hurts so hard because this is not just. It's not just your husband. That's your best friend, your buddy.
Exactly.
That's your spades partner. That's your grill man. That's your that's like do or die. Like you gotta have that. And so I always tell him when we're not good, like life is not good, and when we are not good, it messes up the homeostasis of our household. Like the kids know we not good. My sisters come over and know we not good. They're like, ooh, what's going on?
Ain't no smiling, ain't no laughing.
Exactly.
Absolutely. People forget that part. That we're talking about the couple, but it affects the whole family.
It does.
Because you don't realize kids may not hear what you say. They might not see what you did, but they feel the energy. People forget about the third part. People forget about the energy. Like, you weren't yelling, but they know that something's off. They know that you're different than you were.
Like serving. I firmly believe that you serve your husband. So I make his plate, take it to him, all that type of stuff. Cook for him. My daughter, our baby daughter, and she was just so small at the time. She said, "Mama, why did you leave Dad's plate on the counter?
They be
like, wait a minute, why you didn't take my daddy his food? Like it was like a thing for her. Like, I know you do this every day." She was like, "But you just sat it on the counter." And I'm thinking, pride. I'm not about to serve this ninja because I'm mad at him. Yeah. So I done made the plate. I've handled my obligation, but it's right here on the counter. If you want it, you're gonna walk and get it.
Yeah.
Not understanding that servitude has to go all the way through.
Yes.
And so I'm so grateful.
And another thing, you just speaking about my daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter was so little at the time, and what changed me too is when we got okay, we got in the talking mode. You know how it is. After coming from the fight, my daughter said, "Dad, I like you like this." I said, "Oh God, what in the world?" She 3 years old. What's she doing?
Exactly.
She 3. Like, hold on. I don't know. See, like I said, I'm not the average man. I pay attention to that because when she said it, I looked at the freezer like, no, she didn't just say that to me. Mm-hmm. My baby girl said that.
Yeah.
And
that means she knows there's another side of you.
Absolutely.
That's what at 3, she's like, "I like you like this," and then maybe there's other side that. I'm not sure about that.
And then she would tell you in a minute she has 2 daddies. And I said, "What do you mean?" She'd say, "I have Grumpy Bear Daddy." She calls him the Grizzly Bear. When he first wake up because he's so grumpy. And then she has Happy Daddy. And I said, "Yeah." She'd be like, "Mama." And I'll look at her and say, "It's Happy Daddy." Like but they had to get.
Know.
It's all of us. It's a unit. We're all, it's a unit.
You're in it. So how did you, because I'm sure this would be good for folks, those times where you felt like, I want to be done, those times where you're like, we're not doing this intimacy thing like we need to be doing because we're not maybe having it look like over here, but it needs to look some kind of way for us to get through this. When did the shift happen where you're like, now we're feeling better, we're feeling more connected, I can show him, I can show her?
Well, this is what I can say. I like I said, I don't know how other people do their relationship.
Yeah.
But God is in our marriage.
Yeah.
So even when we wasn't talking, we were still praying. Mm-hmm. You understand? God isn't in a lot of relationship these days. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they fail. Yeah. Me and my wife been through 10 relationships. We done seen people break up and get with that person. I'm here, then now was that person. Now they with somebody else, and we done been through it all. Yeah. We done seen it. Yeah. It's simply because we ain't doing that no different than nobody else can do. Yeah. Only thing that I tell you is to have a real relationship with the Father, because like he can soften her heart, he can soften my heart. Mm-hmm. He can do miracles like that, to the point where boom, he put something in our minds and hearts at the same time, and boom, we wake up 3:00 in the morning and say, listen, babe, I'm sorry. Oh, no. Baby, no, can't do it. Can't do it.
I think that, and then fatigue, when you are friends with someone and you really miss your friend. Like something great happens at work and you can't call your friend because your pride is high and you're mad at them. Your ego is like, is real. Exactly. So then you eventually just get tired of fighting. So me and him, both of us are just like headstrong. So we never gonna just be like, oh well, this was my fault or my bad. Yeah. We just pick up where we left off. So anyway, that movie, we going to the movies, or it just kind of rolls right on because you miss him. Like I miss him. I miss him. We talk so much and we're so closely connected, and like all in every moment of each other's lives. Those moments that we don't have each other, it's like wasting time. And like I said, with the looming over us of the illness, it's just like we can't afford to miss moments. We don't ever know what's going to happen. There are times we just can't afford to fight like us. Nobody does. And it that urgency of connection and love and wanting to be okay is 10 times worse when you have a diagnosis on your life that says there is no cure and you could leave here at any moment. Like any moment something could flare up. So you don't want that moment to come and something be undone, something be unsaid, nobody not know your true feelings. So it's always a hug, a kiss, love you, even in anger, because I feel like if you just operate in happiness or choose joy, then it overcomes the anger every time. So no matter how mad you want to be, no matter how bad you don't want to drop your pride, if you just habitually are nice, it wins every time. And we know, and we're not saying, because we know that's difficult. We done talked about the fan, right? Yes. But I think to kind of bring that, to kind of just hone in on what you guys said with that, just that, okay, through prayer, putting something in our heart, we were able to say, all right, I'm taking that responsibility is on both of us. Even if you didn't say it out loud, you just picked up where you left off. That responsibility is on both of us. I know that I want this. I miss my friend, and that is now the priority. Absolutely. And so whether we don't have to have a long drawn out conversation, but it's like, hey, we right here. You see that movie in there, and we can just pick up where we left off through that.
We weird, man. We weird, man. I could be in the car. We could just have a problem. And Al Green can come on. Man. Yes. And man, I'm coming
Al Green picks everything.
Come here. I don't care if you're mad. Come here.
What's a little Marvin Gaye? And our kids, they call us big kids. We the big kids and they the little kids. They call us kids because we really just believe laughter fixes everything. And so we laugh about it, we keep it moving, or we crack jokes on each other.
We really kids with kids. We have Joan sessions.
We have the whole family. Anybody
like take you out.
We could take you out.
I'm talking about, listen, we take each other out like I'm coming if you take you out. And my daughters has done got so good that they'll take anybody out of this room right now.
And because it brings laughter.
Marriage is funny. It's funny. And you can really find the humor in it. And sometimes you can't admit it, but it's funny.
Didn't always. He used to get very offended. Like we had a house with like a low ceiling. He's a tall guy. Yeah. And he used to hit his head on the chandelier. No. Every time he walked through there. And I was like, how long we been living here? You don't know that chandelier there? And me and my daughters would I'm talking about fall out in the floor laughing at him because of his reaction. Oh, we would hear him yelling out in the house. And he was just like, y'all laughing at my pain. And oh, it's funny, huh? I'm the one with the knot on my head. And we would crack up and be like, it ain't funny. But even now, anything that he does, it's like it's just funny. You just gotta laugh. It's just keep it light. Even though life is serious, if you keep it light, I mean, you can just get through. Just get through.
And I think that's a really important lesson, that there's gonna be heaviness and that you need to have that lightness in there. So if you're doing something heavy, you don't have to be a perpetual conversation about it. In the sickness, if there's betrayal of some sort, in relationships that I've dealt with couples on infidelity, you don't have to settle in that. There can be moments where you're like, look, we're just gonna go and have fun. Like we're gonna go and to a trampoline park. We're just gonna to really experience that level of lightness is really important. So I'm glad you said that. So you kind of touched on it, but I want to know from each of your perspectives, from the one who was diagnosed, with lupus, going through all of this, and from the one who loves the one who is, if you had to give one specific piece of encouragement, advice to someone who's in a similar situation, from both of those perspectives, what would it be?
I know from me, having the illness, being raised by a very strong, very achieved and accomplished woman, I had to learn that it's okay to take off your cape. You are not Superwoman. You don't have to be when you've married Superman. I don't have to be the hero. I don't have to fix everything. I don't have to be perfect all the time. I don't have to be. He can carry that. That's his job. Let him do it. So I had to learn how to acquiesce and let him have it, and just settle myself down and concentrate on my health and the family and stuff. I used to get very discouraged about not being able to do certain things, or play certain parts, things that I desired to be as a wife, or in my mind dreaming growing up, not knowing what cards I'd be dealt. I was going to be this type of wife. My health not allowing me to do that had me feeling some type of way about myself. So I would try to make up for that in other ways. Throwing that cape on, I can do everything and all things, but I couldn't. And I had to change it and accept it, and be very happy about the fact that I do have Superman. I was grateful instead of being offended. I became grateful. I just became grateful for the gift that God gave me in Him. That everything that I'm not, He is. Everything I can't do, He can. All the things that I down myself about because I can't really finish it through to the end, He has the stamina, the drive, and the the abilities to do it. So together, making one, we make it work. And
this what I would tell the opposite person. I would tell him or her, hey, listen. Remember the time you fell in love with that person, and don't forget it. Don't forget that feeling, because it's gonna come a time where you're not gonna feel that way. Situations in your marriage is gonna make you feel different. You can have a bad day, and sometimes make you feel like you got a bad marriage, and that ain't even the case. You know what I'm saying? Things can be said out of hurt and anger. You can't hold that weight on your shoulders. You gotta understand that I had to understand that what she was really going through. So I did research on it myself, and I went and I read all kind of books and went on the internet because I wanted to understand. So that gave me a better understanding. And that's the whole key about this. Is an understanding. You two have an understanding with each other. And submissive plays in both ways, just not by the woman, the man as well. Then you can have a better relationship. I ain't gonna say perfect, because ain't anything. Maybe we could be at a red light and you could just look at a bunny hop across the street, but a lady could be walking across the street. That could ruin the whole day. But but besides that, keep that value, the love, the value of your relationship in your heart at all times, man. And I'm telling you that it'll come together. It definitely will come together.
Oh, I totally agree. And from my perspective, when I talk to couples all the time, there's such a desire to be heard, which I get, but it's not the same desire to listen. And the listening is where the understanding happens. And the understanding is like what you're saying is where the connection and the intimacy really grow from. But when you're going through it, like when you were sick, right? And when you were like, yo, I'm here and I can't do anything, you want to be heard. That becomes the objective. But the real objective is the understanding. So I really couldn't agree more. I think that is amazing encouragement and advice. You guys touch on so much. I hope that when folks see this, they're just having the conversation after this in the comments, and we're going in, because we don't even have the time to go through all of the pieces that you talked about. But I think what we have done here has been amazing, and I'm so grateful that you're so open and ready to tell your story and your testimony, because I know that someone's going to hear it. I know somebody's going to be encouraged. I know somebody will be like, damn, I am going through this right now.
Absolutely.
Like, well, think about this here, and I'm going to cut you off, but I just want to say this, and this will be it. Last year, I got hurt. I fell into some chemicals and got 3rd or 4th degree burns on my back.
4 thickness burns.
Yeah, to the point that I had holes all in me. So, yeah.
He had to get cadaver grafts and go through the burn.
They had to cut my skin off my leg and put that, and it fell. Then they had to do it again, and I tell you, that was the worst pain. I don't wish that on nobody. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I rather got hit by a train or something than that. Wow. That was the worst pain in the world.
Yeah.
And for 7 months, okay, this lady here took care of me. She made me feel like, listen, baby, you ain't got to worry about work. I got this second job. You know what I'm saying? She ain't never home. She was working 2 jobs to replace the income that I had. You know what I'm saying?
2 full-time jobs.
And absolutely. Sleeping 4 hours a day.
And in school.
Going to work. Doing a school at night. Not getting no sleep. Baby, I fix your food. It's in the microwave. Whatever. For 7 months.
Changing dressing.
This woman did that. So when I was able to get it right, I went to school, got me a good job. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, God is doing major things in my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost at 700,000 followers.
Yes.
Facebook, so that's a blessing to me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And as you see, I've lost weight, she lost weight. Like, God is good. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, this ain't no fake, no phony. This is all real. You ain't gotta be perfect. You ain't gotta be the best speaker. You ain't gotta sound like this, because I used to tell her, I used to hate coming around her family. I used to, like, when we first got together, I'm 24, 25, and they talking like this, you know what I'm saying? And I come in there, I'm like, what's good? What's up, Charlotte? and Melanie come to me and say, Joey, excuse me, Charlotte? I'm like, what?
I mean it in love.
College, and all that. But he was like the breath of fresh air that we needed. The comic relief, the whole family. Like, we would not, even as a family, like our extended family, my family unit and stuff, we needed this. Like, he is just hilarious to us. And it's just been, like I said, I think we balance each other out well. He's fire. We're on the chill side when that temper comes. And then in other times, we just balance each other out. I appreciate. I think another thing too is the gratitude. I appreciate, and at first I didn't verbalize how much I appreciated who he was, the qualities that he had, all that rah-rah and stuff. I appreciate it now because I see where it benefits, and I see where the need was in our life for it. And so the things that I used to try to almost wish they would change about him, they are the very things that I'm so glad are still there, that I didn't try to, change or manipulate. And the fact that he allows me to be me, a little spoiled, a little bratty, a little mouthy.
I used to say a lot, but I don't say nothing because that's who she is.
Right.
And I don't want to change who she is.
Yes.
I want her to be comfortable of who she is. I want her to be real. That's my thing. Because it came to a point where she used to try to be cool, and she ain't cool like that. Like, she wanted to wear the Air Force Ones, the Nikes.
Yeah.
Baby, that ain't you. That's me, okay? Yes. Be you. Do what you gotta do. Right. That's who I am. Right. So that's the same thing with me. I tried to change, but you know what? I have to be me. Now, there's some things we gotta change about ourselves. We know. Yeah. Nobody need to tell us.
But that comes from within. It's
absolutely.
Not somebody else trying to change you. Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like any marriage can make it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have the desire to make it though.
Yeah.
Can't have that give up spirit on you. You got to have that stick to itiveness, like by any means necessary.
And this over 10 years. I've been married out 24, so you know what I'm saying? It like I said, we've been through different changes. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So and we still here. And we still and I love her more than back then.
Yeah.
Because I understand that she real and that she loves me for me.
Yeah.
Like, not trying to change me or not trying to say, baby, don't talk like that here and over here. She didn't say nothing because she know this is me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
I'm happy that way. I want to get in the car and be happy in my head, in my mind, in my heart. Yeah. That I was real, and that's the same with her.
Yourself, and it's the same for me. And I think it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
We never talk about this stuff. This is crazy.
This is good.
It's crazy.
Because I know there's people listening who never talk about
like I said, we didn't get in the car and say, baby, you gonna say this.
It's weird hearing him talk about, even just hearing him talk about his views of how he was trying to be so pleasing in my illness. I really thought he was being a butt. You was trying.
I was trying.
What, y'all? All right, I know we can talk forever.
Right, forever.
But I do want to say that I know that you guys are giving so much, so they gonna get so much out of this, y'all. So I'm so excited. I just want to have a little something from us to just thank you for being here, because I heard y'all like food, you know what I'm saying? You can get the meats, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to give you a little lunch on us, a little something to thank you for coming.
Time to go eat.
Yeah, that's for y'all.
Thank you.
But I appreciate it so much. I know all of us do. I know this is going to be a conversation that's going to linger way after the episode is out there and airs. So I appreciate your transparency, your openness, having the conversation that you've never had together and having it here. So
thank you.
I loved it. I love being with you guys and having this conversation.
Thank you.
Yes. It's truly been a blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
Next time on The Sauce.
Journey's our daughter. She has a developmental delay, a genetic condition called duplication 15.
Pulling of hair.
Yeah, pulling of hair, temper tantrum.
Hers or yours?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Eye gouges.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
She fight dirty.
And usually a lot of times it's like dad just is like, okay, I'm gonna let mom and the kids sleep in the room.
Really?
And I'm gonna go in the other room.
Yeah.
So, that becomes a separation for a lot of families.
Yeah.